Hi, I'm Maddie, and I guess I'm starting a YouTube channel. So I live with two of my best friends, and the other day we decided we were gonna go to Michigan to go to the mall and like hang out, like just get out of the dorm for a bit. And while we were there, we saw these, they definitely couldn't have been more than 8. They were probably like 8 or 9. These little kids, and they were like vlogging in the mall. And at first we like looked at each other and we were like, oh my god, we're ruining like the next generation. Like they're just gonna film everything. They're not gonna have any like memories. There's always gonna be a distance between them and like the things they actually do. But then like I got home and I was thinking about it, and like while that still is true, definitely still true, we're also making way for like a generation where creative things are more acceptable and they're more available to us. If you want to be like a filmmaker or an artist or a painter or a poet or anything like that, it's more available to us. It's something that we have more access to, and I think that's so cool, and I'm so excited for that because that wasn't the way it was whenever I was growing up. Whenever I told people I wanted to be a writer or I wanted to go into film or things like that, they always told me that I wasn't going to make any money, that I wasn't going to make it into the business, and that I was going to have to live on the street in a box. And so, yeah, that just really got me thinking. And then I realized that these little 9-year-olds are doing something that I've been wanting to do for months and have never done or tried to do or start. Not even months, like years. And so I'm doing this. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I'm gonna start doing this. But like me being me, I'm also freaking out about it because I never just do things because I want to do them. I always think them through until I overthink and then talk myself out of it. So I figured what I'm gonna do is make a list of like hopes and fears or whatever that I have for this channel, and then later on down the line I can rewatch this video and remember why I started it, what I was afraid of, how scared I was. And so hopefully that will help me. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm also gonna talk about myself a little bit, you know, like a little intro video, like, hey, what's up, it's me. So hopes and fears. So as far as hopes go, I guess like hopes are goals. Never had goals before, so this is kind of cool. It's just a different creative outlet. It helps me work on my like editing skills, my ability to think through my thoughts and to articulate them out loud. Alright, I think we're good now. One thing that I like kind of really struggle with is that I always kind of revert into myself whenever I'm doing like creative stuff or working on like a project or something. I always kind of think like, okay, I can do this, like I don't need any help, like I don't need anyone, and then therefore I don't really make connections to like other creative people. I think that can be really stifling because I don't get that like inspiration from other people. Like watching other people create also makes you want to create, and I don't get that whenever I work by myself, obviously. Also, I'm hoping that this will kind of help like a path for my life to emerge. I'm 19 years old and I have no idea what I'm doing with my life, which is probably what most other 19-year-old people think, but I'm just in college, I'm just in classes, I'm just, you know, just living in a dorm hoping that everything works out once I get done. And that's really unrealistic. I'm not just gonna graduate and someone's gonna hire me. Like I'm not just gonna graduate with like a life plan. And so now while I'm in school, while I have the time to like, I guess, play around or just set up a life for myself, I should do that. Otherwise I'm gonna graduate and then just be sitting here and have no plan whatsoever. So I'm hoping that this will kind of help a pathway emerge for whenever I'm done with school, because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm dying. But yeah, so those are kind of some hopes that I have for this channel and for everything to like work out. Okay, moving on to like fears. I have 4 of those because I am a very anxious person. Yeah, okay, so I'm afraid that if this does go successfully, if I do end up, people end up liking me and then end up watching my stuff, like, I'm afraid that I'm gonna get lost in everything that, I shouldn't be worrying about. And I know that if I make the content that I want to make and I make the videos and stuff that I want to make, then people will come to that. They'll be drawn to that. They'll see that it's authentic and that it's real, and then they'll want to watch me because of that. That's not really my personality, so I don't think that's going to happen, but I am really afraid of that. It's bad for your mental health, for one. And for 2, it's not the reason why I should be doing this. 2, I'm super, super blunt sometimes. I can be really honest and really loud and really forthcoming because I feel like sometimes we sugarcoat things that just need to be said, and you should just sometimes accept the truth for what it is, even though it hurts. So I talk like that. I'm afraid that people are gonna be like, oh my god, she's so mean, da da da, and like people are gonna be so upset. And I'm afraid that I'm gonna say something and it's not meaning, it doesn't come out how I want it to sound. Doesn't, I don't mean it in a mean way, but I'm afraid that people are gonna think that. Yeah, also I'm an ethics studies major, so I learn about cultures and pop culture and women's studies and things like that, and those are things that I'm passionate about, so the things that I'm going to want to talk about, and they're things that I'm educated about, and I'm afraid that I'm going to, say something and it's going to be super controversial and people are going to flip out. So, fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Also, okay, so I do things creatively from, like, just these intense bursts of emotion. I just find something, I have an idea, and I get passionate about it, and I just do it right then. Because if I don't, then I, like, lose the gumption to do it. I lose my drive to do it. But I can't do that with this. With this, I'm going to get an idea, and I'm going to be in class or in the grocery store or wherever I am, and I can't just whip out my camera and film it and talk about it then. Like, I'm going to definitely have to do some planning. I'm going to have to, take a step back from things and be able to come back into that, like, feeling of emotion and how passionate I was then. And I'm afraid that that distance between the time that I come up with the idea and the time that I actually start to film things, I'm going to lose my drive for it, and I'm not going to want to do it anymore. And then ideas are just going to pile up in notebooks and on note cards and pieces of paper, and they're just going to sit there for the rest of their life, and I'm never going to do anything with them. So I'm really afraid of that happening with this, losing inspiration for ideas and things with this. Okay, last one is I am my own worst enemy. I always overthink things, and I always give up before I try. I have a huge fear of making mistakes and doing something wrong, and so to avoid doing that, I just don't do anything. I just don't do anything. I don't do new things. I don't do things that I think I'm going to be bad at. I don't go outside of my comfort zone, ever. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing this, is so that I can go outside of my comfort zone and that I can do other things that I've been wanting to do. I'm afraid, though, that I'm going to, like, come up with some kind of idea that I'm really passionate about, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do to the level and the standard that I want to do it, and then I'm just going to give up. I'm just going to not do it. And that's sad. I don't want that to happen. But I'm going to try really hard to push through that. I'm going to try really hard not to do that, because it's not healthy, it's not good. And I can't get any better at anything if I'm always too scared to try. And there's also growth in failing. And there's, like, growth in doing something wrong and then figuring out how to do it right. There's growth in not knowing and in being uncomfortable. And so I need to learn how to get comfortable with that. So, yeah. Okay, my camera is about to die, but I think that I guess there's some things I probably should say about myself. Okay, so 1, I am 19, I am in college, I'm a sophomore, I am an ethnic studies major, so I study cultures and pop culture and women's studies and gender studies. I study all the big isms. And I'm very passionate about those things, and I have been for a long time. I'm also a creative writing minor because I am a poet. I've been writing poetry since I was literally a child. I have journals from when I was like 8, and I'm writing poems in them. So still not sure if I'm any good, whatever, does that really matter? Art is art. You should do it whether you're good at it or not. I'm really excited to mix my poetry with film. I'm really excited to see what that does. I already have a couple of ideas and a couple of things that I really want to do regarding film and my poetry, and I'm really excited about that. What else about me? I live in Ohio, northern Ohio. It's freezing all the time, so I'll probably complain about that a lot. Be ready for that. Totally different topic, but I frequently have existential crises because I'm a hot mess. I don't know what I'm doing in my life, so I have a feeling that I'm gonna end up recording some of those at some points, which is just not a good idea, but I can already see it happening. Yeah, I'm passionate about mental health, and I'm passionate about being vulnerable and being open, because I think that's the only way that we're going to solve some of these issues we've got. So I'm definitely going to end up recording an existential crisis or a meltdown or something, and then regretting it 4 days later, but leaving it up, because vulnerability is how you make connections with people. Whatever, that's going to be terrible. Christ. I have 2 roommates I live with. They're my best friends. They'll probably be in this video, in videos, or maybe on the channel. I don't know. One of them is actually already a YouTuber. She does like music YouTube, which is really cool. She's part of the reason why I started. She inspires me. Oh, duh. I'm big into music too. I play guitar, and, well, JK, scratch that. I'm learning how to play guitar. I play like four chords. I play piano. I've been playing since I was a kid. I dropped off, picked it back up this summer. So it's like starting all over again, but I love it. That's something I'm passionate about. I'm kind of obsessed with music. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but like I want to be able to do it, you know? Like I want to be in that world, because like humans are the only like animal, species, creature, whatever you want to call it, that can do music at like this level of complexity, and I think that's so cool and so exciting. And it's like a language, and I'm very curious, and I want to know so much about it and how to do it and everything surrounding it. So maybe that'll come up. I don't know. That's kind of a recent thing. I don't know if it'll come up or not. Probably. But yeah, so that's some things about me. This is me. I'm excited to start this. I don't know what it's going to do or what it means or what it'll come into, but I am excited. I'm ready. Let's do this together. Alright, well, I guess I will see you guys next time. Bye.